Welcome to episode 38 of the Rebel Army podcast, the official podcast for Cork City Football Club. And this week we catch up with three of the players ahead of the season kicking off. Yeah, back for another episode of the podcast and joined as always by Aaron. How are you?
Not too bad, Stephen. Now, how are you?
The countdown is definitely on now. We're all in the final days.
Yeah, all excited for Friday. Bit of a dampener after the Cove result the other night.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. Do you know what? We were all over them in the first half, I thought. We were very good. And they got 2 late goals. And
there was a couple of changes in the second half, though, wasn't there?
There was a few changes towards the end, and it was very, very cold down there.
Yeah.
Now, that's for us in the stand, not really for the players. They were fine.
For the players, they're running around.
But, out of the Munster Cup now.
But I suppose, we talked to some of the lads there in a minute, but it's a bit of a wake-up call. Is it?
Do you know what? It's probably, I suppose, from an opposition team from Galway coming in, they're probably looking at that thinking, oh, yeah, that's grand now. They lost to First Division team. But I suppose you have to remember as well, that First Division team that beat us is nearly the First Division team that won it last year. So.
And I think that First Division team will go very well in the First Division this year, I think.
They'll do very well. Yeah, I watched them now a couple of times in pre-season. They've been decent. But again, I know it was a Munster Senior Cup game, but it's before the season. It's still in the pre-season schedule. You know what I mean? It's not.
And the lads will have one eye on the start of the league campaign as well. So I'm not saying that they took the foot completely off the pedal, but maybe with the 1-0 lead, they were kind of, we just watch ourselves now. And
yeah, and you know what? It was looking dodgy towards the end because we had a decent team out, and Cove equalised late on, and then you're thinking, oh God, extra time now as well. But
that's the last thing you want.
No, we didn't want to lose, but we didn't want extra time either. But look, that's done now, and we're all eyes on Friday for the big one.
Playing Kerry during the week as well.
Kerry on Wednesday, yeah. We were here on Wednesday morning, yeah. It was a younger team that played down in Kerry.
It was mainly under 20s, was it?
Pretty much, yeah. There was 3 or 4 from the first team. Milan played, Josh Fitz played. Who else played? Can't even remember. It was freezing cold down there as well. These pre-season conditions are tough,
I suppose.
But there was a 2-1 win down there anyway. So Matthew Murray got one, and Josh Fitz got the winner.
As supporters are listening to this now, there's kind of probably a hint in terms of the starting lineup, the kind of squad for Friday night.
Yeah, you would have thought last Friday.
There might be 1 or 2 changes. I know, Alex Nolan kind of came back into the squad, but he's had hardly any game time.
Yeah, he was probably a couple of weeks behind the rest of the lads because he had a little injury at the start of pre-season. But if you look at the team from last Friday night, Cahill, Seani, Rory Keating, all of your starters, Rio played, Charlie, it was fairly close to what you'd imagine the starting 11 will be.
Yeah.
Somewhat similar on Friday, I'd imagine.
And a bit of a crowd down there too, was there?
There was, yeah. There was an atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
It's all well and good having a crowd there, but when it's just people standing there watching. But there was a bit of a buzz down there. And to be fair to the Cove fans, they were really up for it and they were delighted by full time. But yeah, no, it was a good result aside. It was probably a good way to end pre-season, if that makes sense, because it's, we didn't have a long trip to recover from or anything, but it was just a game in Cork, almost like the curtain raiser. Pity we didn't win it and have something to look forward to in the next round. But we're driving ahead now, all eyes on Friday.
We had Mr. Welly on the podcast last week. He played his first fixtures in the LOI League as well. Did he do all right?
Yeah, he kicked his season off on Thursday. He had 2 games, one against Finn Harps, one against Dundalk, and he won the 2 of them, 8-4 against Finn Harps and 7-5 against Dundalk, which we love to see. No complaints there.
We'll even take a 6, if there was 8, 7, 6, we'll take that. And,
no pressure for next week.
Or maybe that 6 was against last week, so we'll take a 5.
Yeah, we'll take anything.
So look, we'll keep a tabs on him during the season, see how he's getting on. He is putting, I suppose, our colours on. He's representing the club.
Absolutely, and he's done it for a few years now. So,
but speaking of colours on and jerseys, there was plenty of them on display on Saturday morning in Douglas Village outside the shop when 3 of the players came along. Great to see so many kids.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant, to be fair. We had a nice little setup in the centre as opposed to in the shop like we'd usually have it. With the backdrop out, the mannequins out. There was a nice little queue as well, which kind of added to it because people were passing, looking at it, thinking, what's going on here?
And they weren't all kids either. There was a couple of older fans there for pictures as well, which is good.
Yeah, there was a nice mix of all ages, and it was brilliant. The lads enjoyed it. I think all the supporters that were there enjoyed it. And the centre were really happy with it as well because it looked really good for the shopping centre. So, no, it was really good. It was enjoyable. I know we kind of caught them for a few other odd jobs while they were in there.
Ah, we did. But what I thought was the funniest thing was there was people coming along, but like they were getting caught up with it and nearly falling into the queue because they're like, who are these lads? You know, like
Yeah, and people, I had a couple of people asking me, because I was there filming it, and they were like, "Oh, when's the season starting now? Friday. Where can I get tickets?" I was like, "Behind you there in the shop, head in there." So no, it was brilliant. There was a lot of interest. Like those kind of things are great for young fans to meet the players and stuff like that, but also just for people who are passing, as we said, because it was in the centre. They see that and they go, "Oh, something's happening here on a Saturday." And yeah, that's what it's all about, I suppose, catching people's interest, whether they're supporters yet or not. And it seemed like a success anyway. So people were happy, we were happy.
So the three lads that were there was obviously Rio, Tein and Seani, and we actually caught up with them then for a chat. So we pulled them into
We made the most of it.
The state-of-the-art studio at the back of the shop.
Part of the big upgrade.
Soundproofed. You can imagine, this is like something straight out of Red FM studio or News Talk or something.
And would you believe it's just sitting in the back of the club shop? Would you believe that? We've had that there all along.
So first up I spoke to Rio, then followed by Tein, or as you'll hear me saying, TT and Seani. Welcome to the podcast, Rio.
Thank you.
How are you settling in?
Yeah, very well. Enjoying it. Settling into the city now. I've seen a few things. I'm looking forward to the season.
Nice little crowd outside this morning in Douglas Village with the shop.
It's good to meet all the fans. They've all been so welcoming and nice, especially the game yesterday. It's only the cup, but it shocked me, to be fair, how many fans come. And the atmosphere, it was very good.
Yeah, because obviously you've played a few games so far, but that was probably the biggest crowd so far, I'd imagine, in Cove, was it?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Most competitive as well. Obviously it's a bit more playing against them, but the big game's next Friday, to kick off the season. Like I said yesterday, wasn't a great, but probably a good wake-up call.
Yeah, because after the good win against Sligo, there might have been a bit of confidence, but then it's no harm to kind of get a wake-up call against.
Yeah, I think it's happened at the right time. We had a talk to ourselves yesterday after the game, thinking, it's could be a blessing in disguise, saying that it's happened now and ready, because it's better having it this week than next week. So.
And it was a decent first half, but just kind of got caught in the second half in many ways.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we're a better team, especially the first half. It's one of them games where it's pretty much no football being played. It's more about wanting to win. But yeah, I think it's good that it's happened this week and better off than next week.
So you're on loan from Sheffield Wednesday. How did the whole loan come about? Did you have contact with someone in the club, or through an agent or something?
Yeah, it was from my agent, to be fair. I had a couple of clubs in England that I probably could have gone to, but I thought as soon as Cork decided for a little bit of interest, there's only one way I'm going to come in. Yeah, it took quite long to get sorted out, but I'm glad it got settled in. Done.
And had you heard the club before, or did you know the league or anything?
Yeah. I knew about Cork. That's why I said to my agent straight away, like, I was quite surprised. It's a big club. I knew a bit about the league as well. Obviously, I know like Shamrock and Bows and those teams like that.
Of course, with their success in Europe in recent times, it's probably put a bit of spotlight with the likes of TNT Sports and all of that. Yeah. Will give a bit of coverage. I'd imagine that helps.
Yeah, I watched the game against Chelsea when Shamrock played.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I knew about the league and obviously knew about Cork. Did a little bit more research on them when obviously they declared interest. But yeah, I was always going to be coming here anyway.
And had you ever been to Cork before?
No, I've never been to Ireland.
Never? Was it your first time?
Yeah, it's first time. Yeah, it's a lovely place though.
A different experience, so for you.
Yeah. I think I've been at Sheffield Wednesday since I was 7 now, so I think it's good to get a change.
And you from Sheffield itself?
Yeah, from Sheffield.
So it's nearly kind of like someone going to college, kind of like it's leaving home for the first time.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I'm loving it. It's all the lads have settled in well. The fans, everyone, I'm enjoying it.
Had you ever played with any of the lads before anywhere?
No, everything's new.
Never crossed paths with any of them or anything?
No, I don't think so.
So making new friends at the moment?
Yeah, no. Lads I'm living with, like Charlie Lyons, Ev, Alex, Muzz. I'm living with them, so yeah, they've settled in well, yeah. It's all good.
And you living in the city, so?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah.
It's not far from where we are now, so.
But have you been to Turner's Cross or anything yet?
Not yet. I'm definitely going to go before the game. To get my surroundings and and stuff. So.
Have you watched stuff online or anything like that?
Yeah. Like I said, like as soon as I heard about it, I searched up straight away. Watched a couple of highlights from last year. Yeah, it looks good. Good.
And you've heard of the shed?
Yeah, the shed. And yeah, I've heard a lot. I think quite a few were there yesterday, with the flares and stuff. So yeah, it's good. It creates a bit more atmosphere, and it makes you want to, as much as I want to play for the club already, it makes you want to like give more back to the fans and playing.
So you obviously have the number 4, but you're going to play in midfield.
Yeah, midfield. Yeah, should be playing midfield.
Yeah. So what can fans expect from you for the season ahead? What kind of a midfielder are you?
To be fair, I'm more of a box to box.
Yeah.
I like a tackle.
You're a typical number 8, so in many ways.
Pretty much number 8. But yeah, no, good. I think I've got good deliveries, set pieces, like good challenges. But yeah, should be good.
So looking forward to it. So Galway is the first. One of our former managers is coming back with his team. They've been in the Premier Division the last year or so. So I'd say exciting times, and imagine a full cross. So you'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's the big one next week. I can't wait. I mean, hopefully I'm playing. You never know, but yeah, can't wait. I think it's gonna be a bit of a battle. Probably the ball's gonna be in the air quite a lot. But yeah, it's just down to us to fight for the club and to get a win.
Well, look, best of luck with the season ahead. No doubt we'll have you in after a few fixtures. You're on loan to us until June, but who knows? We'll see what happens after that. But we're looking forward to seeing you play anyway. So thanks for coming on to the podcast.
No worries. Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast, TT.
Yes, thank you very much.
I know the fans might be wondering why I'm calling that, but it's after gathering momentum already at the club, is it?
Yeah, it is, because like the players and the gaffer calls me like TT, because my back name is Troost and my first name is like Tein, so TT is way more easy. And the Irish accents are struggling with Tein, I'd imagine, at this stage. And people are probably, even me, said Tein and probably saying Train, and they're probably getting it all mixed up, I'd imagine. Yeah, I imagine. Like normally in Holland you pronounce it like Tein, but I think it's a bit difficult for you guys. But so like TT is the most easy way to pronounce it. So what part of Holland are you from? I'm from Breda. It's like, I think you know Rotterdam. Yes. It's like 30 minutes from Rotterdam. Small? Like, is it a small city? It's not a small city. I think it's almost even same as Cork. Okay, yeah. A little bit smaller. Yeah. Around like 200,000 people live there. Yeah. So it's quite good. It's nice. So NAC Breda were your home team, so that you started and actually went back to. Yeah. Like I signed there for 6 months. So we'll see if I'm feeling well and I develop myself here and I can show myself I will stay. And I like it here. I really like the country. I really like the city. So I feel good here. Had you ever been to Ireland before? No, yeah. In Ireland I've been before. I played in the stadium van Shamrock Rovers when I was 17. Yeah. Under 17, the European champion game. Oh, for the Dutch team? Yeah, for the Dutch team. Oh, yeah. We played there and we won there. So it was actually a nice stadium. But I heard they built a new stand. They have, yeah. Nice. So I think it's 11,000 now. So actually your first away game will be there. Yeah, will be there, yeah. So that'll be interesting, proper away match. I know you've played friendlies and stuff so far, but like... Yeah, of course. But it's very different. I think they played really well last season. What I heard from a few stories. So they started slow but came back towards the end and nearly took Shelburne all the way onto the very last day of the season or whatever. So, and obviously doing well in Europe, so they'll be a tough opposition. Yeah, I'm curious. Like I think every game where we're gonna play in the Premier Division will be competitive, but I think it's good for us, and we have a few good players. We brought some new players in, so we'll be fine. We'll be good. And were you familiar with the league before you came here? No, I never heard before. I just heard before from the Premier Division, of course, like from Shamrock Rovers and stuff. But the second division they call it here, I think. Yeah, I never knew it before. But for me, it's good that we promote and that we get way more steps. That we have good players to settle ourselves in the Premier Division. So tell me, how does it come about? Did your agent say to you there's an offer in from a team in Ireland, or how did that come about? Yeah, to be honest, like. Last season in Holland, like the competition are a bit different. We played in Holland. We play from August till December, from January until May, and here it's way different. So I wanted to play, and last year I played like 15 games in the KKD, So
that's not the Eredivisie. That's a different
you have the Eredivisie, you have the KKD.
So is that the second division?
Yeah, the second division. So
okay.
I played 15 games in the second division. I played okay. I played well. But afterwards I got an injury last few games of the season, and then we get promoted. So they bought a new goalkeeper, a Polish goalkeeper, and he was playing this season. So, and I'm a young goalkeeper. I want to play. I want to make minutes and develop myself. So then the technical director came to me and he said, "Yeah, I got an offer from Cork City FC." And I said, "Okay, nice, interesting, but I never hit before."
Where's Cork
City?
Yeah,
where's Cork City? So then I was searching on the internet, of course, and I find some good stuff about the city first of all.
Yeah.
And then about the club, about the really nice fans. What I heard. So and then we get in contact with Aena, with the Aena, I think, with the technical director.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I had a meeting with the gaffer, with Tim Clancy, and so first of all was a good conversation. We had some good conversations, and afterwards they sent me an offer, and for me it was good to develop myself here in the competition.
And obviously you're the second Dutch player that we have in the team. So Malik, did you cross paths when you were in Feyenoord?
No, I was I knew
younger than him.
Yeah, I'm younger. Yes, that's true. I'm 23 now.
Yeah,
but I think he is a few months older than me.
Okay,
he's 23 now. I think he will turn 24 in the summer. But no, I didn't know him before. I just searched him on the internet, and I saw he was playing for Feyenoord as well.
Around the same time, yeah.
And we live together now as well. So we spoke about a lot of players where we play with, like Sven Zitman or another guys we play with together. So that's nice. But it's really a really good guy.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence that two guys that played with Feyenoord end up playing with Cork City now.
It's really
interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Nice.
And how are you finding life in Cork?
Nice. It's actually good. My car is over now here. I think 3-4 days ago my car is here now, so I can drive through the city and do whatever I want. So.
Oh, you're living in the county with Malik, are you?
Yeah, I live in Rochestown.
Okay.
With Malik in Hartski, I think.
Oh yeah.
With Malik together in the apartment, so now we can do everything what we want.
Yeah.
So for me it's really good. Yeah, it's really nice. Really like the city. Really like Cork and overall, like a lot of nature and stuff. Really kind people. And to be honest, for my feeling, it's like the people in here are more positive than in Holland.
Interesting.
Yeah, more positive. Also in the games and in the training and stuff. Like in Holland, it's more like they get irritated if something went wrong or something. But here it's like, okay, go on, unlucky, next one. Keep doing your own thing and keep doing the work. So that's for me a really big difference. And I really like positive people, and that's for me a big pleasure to be here. Yeah.
And you're building up a good relationship with the defence in terms of, I suppose, Charlie and I suppose there's a few other lads after kind of come into the team, but there's a lot of changes. I was only talking to Charlie recently about that, the fact that there's new players. But are you kind of settling in together?
Yeah, we're getting settled in together. We played now, I think, 3-4 games. First game was like 60 minutes. Second 2 games were 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think I played now twice or 3 times with Charlie.
Yeah.
So your own strengths and his strengths. So that's nice, and it's important to know each other. And
then Anderson is after coming in from England there recently.
He's ready.
Yeah.
We played now 2 games. 1 game in Scotland.
Yeah.
And 1 game 90 minutes here.
And he's young. Yeah.
He's young. So it's good. It's good to see him and to see Charlie. I think 2 way different players. Charlie is for me. Charlie, what I've seen now is always playing a 7, and sometimes he's playing a 9 or 9.5, but never below 6.
Consistent.
Yeah, really consistent. Freddie is of course a bit different. He's a young player. He will be able to make fouls, but that's also part of the game, and he has to develop himself, and he will do, and he will work his ass off to reach it.
Are you looking forward to going to Turner's Cross for the first time on Friday night?
Yeah. I had some good stories already. I've seen the fans for the first time like yesterday evening.
Yeah.
So it was really nice. I'm looking really forward to play my first game at Tein Cross.
And it must have been nice actually to meet some of the supporters at the club shop this morning as well.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, really nice. I think Cork City is a bit of like 7,000 people in the stadium. What's possible? Like in Nakbira's like 20,000. So I think it's a little bit comparable if you have like the fan base, but then a little bit in small. And it's really nice. Yeah, I really like it.
Well, look, best of luck for the season ahead, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again on the podcast during the season.
Will do.
But thanks a million for coming.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the podcast, Seani. Start of a new season.
Yeah, look, it's been a decent enough pre-season. Obviously, we probably wanted to end the pre-season on a high against Cove, but like as we spoke after the game, it was just another friendly, and I suppose just getting through that game unscratched was the main thing for us, and another few minutes in the tank in terms of like fitness, gearing us up really for next week, which is the most important game. We want to start the season really well, really strong. Obviously, get as many points on the board as possible, because we know how tough it is, how tough it's going to be in this league for us this season. But I think we're quite happy at how things have gone the last kind of 5 or 6 weeks, and as I said, we picked up maybe 1 or 2 injuries, like probably every other club will probably do in terms of pre-season. But we're looking really well now. Start the season.
But last week against Sligo must have given you a bit of confidence. Plenty of goals there, including a hat trick for yourself. That's the kind of stuff you kind of want, kind of going into a new season. Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, it is, because look, even scoring goals in training, as I just mentioned there, scoring a few goals against Sligo, it kind of breeds confidence within not just myself, but then the players, and I suppose me and Keats. That was Sligo now, and then Motherwell, and obviously again against Cove, we kind of played more minutes with each other, and I think we're kind of getting a better understanding of each other. Obviously, like last year, we played quite a few games with each other, but I think we're really starting to click now, and especially the 2 lads in either wing, they've picked up a few goals in pre-season, which is really good. Malik has been flying, even in training, he's looking really sharp, so it's a big season now for him, and little Sully as well, so we're looking good, and I think all the boys are really excited now for next Friday. And
I think that's the big thing. We spoke about it ourselves in the podcast last year. There was a concern at the start of last season that there was a lack of goals. No, Malik was injured at the start of last season. Cottle was only breaking into the team.
Yeah.
And now the two of you there, instead yourself and Keats. So there is a bit of kind of confidence up front, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I mean, if we get the 4 of us clicking, I think we probably would be, I suppose, as a front 4, front 3, I don't know, one in the top 2, top 3 strongest in the league.
Yeah.
When we start clicking, and as I said, there's been 10 plus goals between the 4s in this pre-season, so bring that into the season now, and there'll be a reliance on us to bring goals, and that's why me and Keats were brought back to the football club, and like as I said, Sully's getting a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, and it's going to be a big season for him now, and as well as Malik. So and then bringing in the likes of Benny and Freddie now at the back, we're looking good, and
a lot of new faces.
Yeah,
especially in the back line. I suppose new keeper. You know, a couple of lads here today, obviously with Rio and Tein here as well today.
Tein's like he likes to play as that kind of like an extra player as a goalkeeper, which I really like. He's really comfortable on the ball. And it gives that extra support for the likes of Freddie and Charlie at the back to know he's always there to rely on. And if anyone looked at our pre-season games, can see he kind of plays as that extra player when we do have the ball.
Which is, like, you see that a lot in the modern game now.
Big time. I think the way we want to play and the build-up play with the 2 centre-halves breaking out either side and having Tein there as an out ball. And then obviously Darragh and Benny on either side of the flanks. It's brilliant, and I think Tein has done really well in pre-season. That breeds confidence. As I said, there's confidence in strikers, but as a goalkeeper, he's done really well. So it's bring Rio in now. He's bundles of energy.
Freddie's quite young, then, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. It's his first loan. Big young fella. 6'3", 6'4", but he has that presence about him.
Yeah.
Can be had that presence in either even defending his box, or even attacking the other side of the game. But he's going to get better as well. Look, it'll be a tough game against Galway next week, and they'll probably be the most physical team in the league. So
yeah, we're standing here in the back of the shop, and in front of us is a picture of a young John Caulfield. It's kind of a coincidence, our first game back in the Premier Division, and it's John is coming back.
Yeah, I said before, like, I think, myself and John, we speak all the time, and we've stayed in touch ever since 2017. Even John was at my wedding back in 2022 and stuff, and look, for those 2.5 hours or so, we're going to be enemies. There's going to be no love there, and then once the game stops, it'll be a different story. But John's going to have a plan to come down and upset us, and obviously I'm going to have a plan. Well, we're going to have a plan to try win the game. So it's no love will be lost, but like we'll be trying to upset each other for sure.
You can definitely feel the momentum building ahead of the game, though. Like, I think in some ways it's great that it is John Coffey kind of coming down.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit weird, like, because obviously my first time back in the Premier Division with Cork City, last time I left, John was the manager, so it'll be like a bit mixed feelings. But look, when 7:45 hits, we'll be going at each other, and I mean, what happens on the pitch stays on the pitch, kind of thing. So
hopefully a full house.
Yeah, I hope so, because I spoke to a few lads out there. I think Turner's Cross is the most intimidating, if not the most intimidating stadium in the country when it's full. Like, the atmosphere it builds for opposition teams, and probably players would say the exact same. They probably don't like coming to Turner's Cross when they're building momentum, as you say, and we're winning games. Because back in 2017, when we won like 13 in a row, teams probably felt like they lost before even stepping out on the pitch.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
We want to make sure that kind of happens again, and you want a quick start, because you don't want to be going 2-3 games picking up only a few points. So we want to look. We're going to try win next Friday. We're going to try win every game, I suppose. But
it's a tough league, though. It feels like a lot of the clubs are getting bigger.
Definitely.
Does it feel like that?
Yeah, I think so. The publicity around the league now in general, it's huge compared to what it was 2017. I'm not personally sure about the standard yet, because I haven't played it since 2017. But look, in terms of competitiveness, I think there'll be no game that we'll look at throughout the season going, "Oh, that's an easy win." But then again, there's no game in the season that we'll look at and go,
that we can't win.
Like, so I'm sure it's going to be the same for every club. You've seen it last year; it was quite competitive. Again, this year it's going to be even more competitive. There'll be a few shocks in there, I mean, coming up from the first division, I think you'd always have that expectation of people like, "Gosh, they're going to go back down." But our main focus is just cementing our position in the league. Look, we might shock a few people, and I think
which Galway did themselves last year.
Yeah, we're more than capable. We have an expectation within the group that where we feel like we should be finishing, and we'll keep that within our group. But now we'll hopefully it'll be a good season. I mean, we do have the calibre of players to hurt any team in this league, and hopefully it starts next Friday.
Nice to meet the fans probably in the shopping centre as well this morning, I'd imagine.
Yeah, look, it's brilliant. Anytime even walking around the city there, if we go here to Douglas, out to Mahon Point,
they come up
into
to
town. Yeah, it's brilliant. Just the smaller kids, and it's mad that the 6-7-year-olds would be coming up to me singing the song and stuff, but I'd be thinking, for the last time I was here, you weren't even born.
Yeah, you weren't. You know what I mean? But so it's legacy kind of a thing. Yeah,
like some of them come up to me, I was like, "Seani, I loved your goal in the 2016 FA Cup final," and I was like, there's only one way you've seen that, it's on YouTube. But it is brilliant. I mean, those kids look up to you, and there'll be one day, 10 years down the line, that those kids won't be asking for autographs. So soak it all in. So it's, look, I take time, even outside training and stuff. If a kid ever needed anything, I'll always go out of my way, because they go show you there and seeing their faces when you even sign a little jersey or a little piece of paper, it makes probably their week. So, and
it's only a couple of seconds or a minute or something on your behalf, well,
just to say hello, ask them how they are, have a bit of crack or whatever, it's brilliant. That's what I love about Cork City.
And I'd imagine there must be a buzz as well with the new deal with Virgin, where there's a match now every week. For the players, it's going to build a huge profile fee, because they're going to show the goals from the other matches and all of that.
Brilliant. It's something that they do in England, you know what I mean, during the week, Tuesday and Wednesdays. From the EFL games, they go to the other games and show the highlights of the goals. So it's brilliant. Yeah, as you say, game on Friday night, like just say Cork score, they go straight to the game. So it is brilliant, and that exposure now to the league.
Yeah.
And every club in the country, it's brilliant, and I think it's a 4-year deal or something that Virgin have done. So it's
adds to the excitement.
It does, yeah. It shows how far the league has come, like, and how well it's progressing now at the moment. I think we're in tally against
Waterford, yeah.
4th or 5th game in, so it's, and you know, for the lads in general, I think like it's a good like incentive to kind of look forward to those sort of games.
Yeah. Well, look, we're looking forward to the season ahead. No doubt we'll probably have you in again for the podcast at some point.
Yeah, hopefully you'll have me in next Saturday after scoring 2 goals.
Yeah, we'll hold you to that one.
We'll take it.
Thanks again,
Cheers,
Charlie.
Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, so I suppose first up was Rio, and what's interesting from him is this is his first time away from home. Like, it's kind of...
It's completely
He's a
new.
young fella. Like,
yeah, he is a young fella, and you'd forget, like, majority of the players are really young. They're kids, like, do you know what I mean? And it's a new country. It's nearly a new way of life. It's a new club. I was only chatting to him. He hasn't yet seen Turner's Cross.
No.
I think he might have been in there by now.
Yeah, he said that to me as well. Like,
but he's seen videos, he's seen pictures. He was like, I really want to get in and see it.
Yeah.
And I was bigging up how loud it gets and how noisy it gets on a Friday night. So he's very excited to see that. But yeah, as you said, young fella who's kind of out of his comfort zone, I suppose.
Yeah.
And he's done well so far in pre-season, which is exciting for us.
It was interesting. Both himself and Tein said the same thing, whereby some of the League of Ireland clubs in Europe actually caught their attention, and they were familiar with the league because of Shamrock Rovers, and Tein mentioned Bows as well, like, which is an interesting one. But you know, like, but they were familiar because they've seen it on TV and things like that. So the league is getting a bit of profile, and the players are copping on, and maybe they're saying maybe we get a bit of action here.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And I know, like, we spoke a good bit last week now about like FIFA and FC 25 and stuff like that. But even when we had Kevin Kustovic a couple of years ago, I remember talking to him and kind of asked him, like, did you know anything about the League of Ireland, like, about Cork City? And he was like, funnily enough, yeah, like, I've seen Cork City in FIFA all the time. I don't know, did he have a career mode or something? And he was like, I knew the club, I knew the name, I knew the logo, and as soon as I saw the interest, I was like, oh, I know that club. So there is benefit. Obviously, the clubs being in Europe, be it the Champions League early rounds, or you look at Shamrock now in the Europa Conference League. It's brilliant. Like, it is raising the profile massively.
Oh, it does.
And that helps. There's obviously a lot of work being done inside the country as well, which we spoke about before. The TV deal, Off the Ball this morning announced a radio broadcast deal as well, which is brilliant. It's 30 more games being covered.
Yeah.
Don't know how that will work now. Will it be, you'd imagine it'll be different to the televised game each week.
It would be silly for them to cover the same match.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But again, that's potentially 2 games a week getting proper national coverage.
And you'd imagine, no, in fairness, News Talk were always good at kind of previewing the league and stuff, and Shane Keegan and stuff.
They have been, yeah.
And like, so they'd talk a bit in depth, but they'll probably make a proper podcast and all of that now as well. No. Yeah. So when you're finished listening to us, like, you can listen.
Yeah, make sure you listen to us first.
We'll be about Cork City. They'll be about the other 9 teams as well. Like, so
you can listen to us praising us, and you can listen to everyone else, all the other Dublin podcasts, whatever, give out about Cork City and this end of the country, whatever.
But it was interesting there as well. So I asked Tein, because when I was looking up his background and stuff like that, himself and Malik were a Feyenoord at the same time. But as he said in the interview to me there, he didn't know him. Like, they were at the same club.
Yeah, they might know each other. A lot of players, I suppose. Yeah, a lot of different teams, different age groups.
So big they are, like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we know those Dutch clubs, the Feyenoord, PSV, Ajax, they're massive.
Yeah.
But that just kind of proves it. The lads didn't know each other. Now they live together.
Another connection there, I suppose, between City goalkeepers and Feyenoord. Liam Bosson.
Oh, yeah.
Got himself a move to Feyenoord.
He's over there at the moment,
yeah, he's on loan at Feyenoord now, so fair play to him. That's an unbelievable move.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't here during our most enjoyable era, but fair play to him. That's a brilliant move for him.
And like, if you look at Tein there now, like, he was playing in what the equivalent of the Dutch second division last year for NAC Breed, and then he was, as he says there, like, he got injured, but like, he's out to prove himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like, he's not here just for the sake of it. He's here to make a name for himself.
Yeah, and he's coming from a really high standard, as you mentioned there, like even the second division. And I know he was in Eredivisie squads as well. It's a really, really strong standard to be coming into the League of Ireland from, which hopefully is good for us. He's looked good in pre-season. I know there was a couple of comments after the first game, but there was a couple of saves down in Cove the other night as well, where think Doug got a picture and might get that out on socials.
Yeah.
Unbelievable save.
No, what was interesting in Seani saying there in the chat was Seani was saying that he brings a different style of play because he likes to play out from the back, and that he's like an extra defender nearly in many ways, and he starts the process. And he said, like, we're playing a slightly different system as a result of him, which is good. Like, so he likes it. He said he's able to ping a ball and stuff like that as well. So he said, keep an eye out for that, But, Seani was feeling good as well. Like, I mean, he was happy with the 3 goals he got against Sligo, obviously. And he said that in pre-season himself, Keats, Cahill, and he said Malik as well.
Malik has been brilliant as well, actually, yeah.
He like as he said there, like he believes that they're probably one of the top strike forces in the league if they're all on form.
Absolutely, they'd be up there, yeah, 100%.
So
100%, I'd agree with that.
So I think there's a lot to be optimistic about. We mentioned last week, like there's goals in these guys, like
100%. Yeah, you mentioned Seani got a hat-trick.
Yeah,
Malik scored against Bowes, Waterford. Can't remember what other game he scored. Malik's done very well in pre-season as well.
But Malik didn't.
Cahill as well, obviously.
Malik was injured at the start of last season, like so.
Yeah, and Malik was actually, he didn't play against Cove at the weekend. I don't know if it was an injury or what, but he wasn't in the squad for that one. But yeah,
Cahill was only betting himself in last year, so there's going to be a big change.
There's a lot to be excited about,
And it was funny again. Like I was listening to, I think Off the Ball or something. No, it wasn't Off the Ball. It was actually 2FM. They have their game on thing or something in the evenings. They were on about the League of Ireland as well, and they were saying who's the one to watch, and some of them were saying Cahill O'Sullivan. Like so.
Yeah. See, this is what I said last week. We were all talking about him in the first division last year, whereas now Premier clubs will be looking at him thinking, right, this guy is.
And you know who Shane Keegan said on News Talk actually is one to watch this season? Seani Maguire.
One to watch, yeah. That unknown fella, Seani Maguire.
Tough, like, and they were like, but they were like, yeah, but he said people forget how good he is and watch him.
Yeah.
Just
in case you didn't realise, Seani Maguire is not bad. yeah, he's not bad.
The other clubs, but I suppose they're probably saying as well, some of the other clubs might be tuned in.
And you know what? Some clubs are probably looking at it thinking, he went back to the first division last year.
Yeah.
But again,
they knew that we were coming up.
Exactly. That kind of disrespects the first division in a way, because it was a good standard last year. It'll be a good standard this year.
Yeah.
But from what we've seen of Seani, he's well able and well capable to do damage in the Premier Division.
So the big thing with Seani was looking forward to Friday night, and it'll be an interesting one for him, I suppose, with John, like, because he said he's still very close to John. Like John, as he said in the thing there, like John was at his wedding, but that goes to the side, like he'd be able to.
It's football, as they say. Once you cross the white lines,
a few goals past him on Friday night.
Hopefully,
yeah. So it's so it's exciting because you have that as well. Like you have obviously John coming back to City, but Seani's first game back in the Premier Division is against the manager who kind of gave him the break, really.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
So it's all kind of and obviously Greg played under him as well, like, and so.
I forgot actually. It would have been the first game back. Yeah, you'd forget because obviously he came back last year and it was kind of he slotted back in. It felt it felt normal, like it felt business as usual.
Premier Division, like so. And they're all. I suppose they're all looking forward to hopefully a big crowd as well. So I know there's a couple of changes to tickets and stuff this year.
Yeah, so we've a post gone out. You'll have seen it by the time this pod has gone live. Just kind of informing people about what options you have available to you in terms of tickets. There's obviously match tickets. We've introduced a family ticket this year, which bit of a saving there. You might have seen on social media as well, there's discount cards floating around. They've been handed out in the city centre.
How'd you get one?
There's just people handing them out. You just have to be lucky, luck of the draw. But there's a discount code on the back of those that when you're buying your tickets online, you put that in.
Okay,
and it gets you 10% off. The 5 match pass is available. That covers the first 5 games of the season. And I suppose the change people will notice on a Friday night is there's no more ticket hut. So the tickets are being sold out of, there's going to be a dedicated ticket turnstile now and Turner's Cross. So you get your ticket there.
Cash there, like.
Yeah, you get your ticket there and go in another turnstile. And that's almost just like the sales window, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But obviously now there might be a little slightly longer queue if you're queuing for tickets, so it's kind of advised to. You can get tickets online. You can get them in the club shop. You don't have to wait to walk up on a Friday night. There's a couple of ways of getting tickets. But yeah, that's the big change people will notice now on Friday night.
You can literally buy a ticket on your phone outside the ground, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you can buy tickets. There's no.
Well, that's providing it's still like the could be a burst of sales, and then it could get sold out as well. Like that's the other side of it as well. It has happened on the first game of the season before.
We've
like.
had sellouts, yeah. But no, like you could arrive there on Friday night, see a bit of a queue, and think, well, no, I'll get it on my phone, I'll get it online, and you can do that, and there's no problem there. You just scan away and go in.
Yeah.
But a couple of changes that people might notice that on Friday night.
And not a change, a return of an old favourite. Cullen was with us in the shop on Saturday to promote the return of the infamous
crossbar challenge.
Yeah.
We've had some iconic moments, I suppose, with that over the years. It's Stewie hit the bar, Moses hit the bar.
Cullen slipped on his arse as well. Like
he did. He mentioned that today. We had him in on the pod. I did come across photographic evidence of that, so we no doubt we'll use that.
Stuart hitting the bar was the highlight, though.
Oh, incredible! Yeah.
That got the best round of applause.
That was a full house, funnily enough, against Galway in 2022. But hit the bar is back. We will have a post on our Instagram. It'll be up by the time you've seen this, so that will have the information on how to enter. It's going to be a little quiz sort of thing where you answer the question. If you're right, you're entered into the draw to be chosen. So, keep an eye out for that. That's the big one. That'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah,
especially if when it's a full house or close to a full house and you've got all eyes on you.
Yeah,
don't slip at the bar. It's going to be good crack. We look forward to that on Friday.
Oh yeah, and the fantasy league, we can create a league, so we must. Create
create a league. We haven't set it up yet.
We will.
I've been setting up my team. It's a team. That's what I'll say. I'm not great at this.
Never mind.
I heard a couple of your team name suggestions. Yeah, not bad.
Dodgy ones.
We'll keep it quiet now until we make the league and people can see the team name.
Yeah.
But we will make a league. We'll have that on our socials this week. And I know those codes. I was going to say we'll tell you the code in next week's episode, but it's all random letters, so it's just easier. Go get it from the social media when we have it up.
Yeah.
But
it'd be easier to look at those things online because
I'm not reading that out.
To see someone on the phone and
Z-A-X. Yeah, no, it's not worth the hassle.
Big Q, small S. Yeah.
But it's mad, isn't it? It's crept up on us so quickly.
Yeah.
And back in the routine now. Press conference on Wednesday, match on Friday. Back.
It's back, and I'd imagine there'll be fierce excitement. And people are always looking forward to seeing the new signings as well. Like we spoke to some of them there now, but there's other lads there as well. Like, and they're gonna, who'll be the shining star this year, who emerges.
Exactly. Yeah. There's always one.
There's always someone. Like Cahill definitely was the breakthrough star last year.
This time last year, we were listening to Tim say, "Oh, this fella Cahill O'Sullivan," and I think we all had high hopes for him, but nobody expected him to be.
Yeah.
As good as he was and still is and has been and will be.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably unfair to expect a Cahill every year, but there'll definitely be someone who will look at them and say, "Oh, he's a brilliant addition." Yeah.
Oh, Seani and Rio were raving about him in the shop as well. Like they're just saying like what you see in training as well. Like this.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So, I don't watch training much, but the odd time I'm out there, they'd be doing a shooting drill or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, if he did that on a Friday night, he was actually the goal in Cove last week. Last Friday, the finish itself wasn't incredible. It was kind of Keats knocked it over the keeper, but in the build up to it, Cahill again was phenomenal in the build up to an unbelievable flick touch type thing to take it down. But yeah, he's just ridiculous,
unbelievable.
You see the clips we put out, and Rory and Phil on commentary, and Rory is just screaming about how incredible a player he is. He's like, what was the one clip? He's like, come here. Remember that last year?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
And the boys back in commentary Friday night.
The dream team, they're back.
Yeah.
They're back. They're buzzing. Philip Long has been on to me nearly every day. He's buzzing to be back. He's buzzing to have his new jacket.
But will their commentary now get on to Virgin? I presume it does, or does it just a goal?
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they might actually I thought you meant for if they were showing a game, because they might Virgin might want to use. But when they're showing the goals, you'd imagine they will, unless they just take the feed maybe
and they talk about it. You know the way sometimes they do things like that.
But I think if Virgin are televising game from the cross, they'll probably send their own commentator.
They will. Yeah, they have their own team.
The two lads will be shafted. Phil will be raging.
If we're good this season, the boys are gone.
Oh God, they'll be celebrating goals on commentary, realising, we'll be gone now next season.
If you remember there, like the season there, that like Seani was last with us when we won the double, like that time. God, RT were down all the time, like.
But the thing with that was towards the end of that season, it was nearly a case of we can win it this week and we didn't. We can win it
Cameras
this
are held
week.
again.
So RT, there was about 10 games in a row on TV. It was great. It was tactical by the club, I'd say,
was the big
just to
one with-
maximise coverage.
Remember the Dundalk? It was like a midweek fixture or something like that. It was like a Tuesday night, or it was a Monday or Tuesday night or something. And like they thought if we had won, we would have won the league, I think.
There was one. All I remember was it went on for so long. Dundalk were away to Finn Harps, and if Finn Harps had drawn or won that game, we would have won the league. We weren't playing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what a brutal way to win it would
be
be now.
desperate.
Like a 0-0 draw in Finn Park that we're not even a part of. But no, we won it the night after Hurricane instead.
Yeah. So the only cameras last year were the cameras for the women's team for TG Cahir.
Yeah.
So there was
2 games on TV last year.
the men's team weren't covered at all.
No, the last game we had televised, mentioned last week, was the playoff in Tala. That was Virgin as well.
Speaking of which, they were in Turner's Cross. Was it?
Just before that, actually, we had the Cup, FAI Cup semi against Pats.
Oh, Pats. Yeah. Forgot about that one. Yeah.
That was a good.
Yeah, I was in the
Sunday
kind of
afternoon,
afternoon.
actually, yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Kind of 5 o'clock, was it? Yeah. 3
Don't
o'clock,
remember.
maybe.
Yeah, we lost it 2-1, I think, or 2-0.
I remember it was bright anyway. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a while since we've had a league game televised. Anyway, definitely.
Well, obviously, Virgin aren't in Cork yet. Well, they haven't announced. They've only announced the first 4 fixtures, I think, have they?
Yeah, first four
So
or
they'll
5, I
probably
think.
wait to see what way it'll go.
They are televising our game away to Waterford. In the RSC, but not in Turner's Cross. You'd imagine they'll be in Turner's Cross fairly shortly after
And the game
that, though.
against Shamrock Rovers is on a Sunday next week, isn't it?
That's moved to a Sunday, yeah. I think it's their Europa Conference League campaign, so they're playing Molde on the Thursday, I think. So
that's
our
right,
game
so.
has moved to the Sunday. So Sunday at 6 in Tala.
Yeah, but look, we'll have Galway first. So, yeah, it's a big one. Get your tickets online. It's only the men are playing this weekend. The academies aren't back yet.
Well, the league, no, they're playing friendlies and stuff like that, and they have
friendlies
been
at
the
the
last
moment.
couple of weeks. I know the women's have played a couple of, I think they played behind closed doors friendly, so there'll be a proper schedule coming up now. A couple of signings done on the women's side as well.
Oh, yeah.
1 or 2 that haven't announced yet, so I don't know if I'm going to mention them now just by the time this comes out.
Some have re-signed. You've seen Colleen
Some have re-signed,
there,
Colleen, Shauna, Ciara Mack, Christina Dring. Jessie Mendez has been announced as well. There's a few others that haven't been announced yet.
Very good.
There's a big one there as well. But again, not going to mention it yet just in case it's not gone out by the time this pod goes out. But you'd expect now the next week or 2 there'll be a lot of movement on the women's side because they're fully back training now, and I think it's the 8th of March the season kicks off away to Peamount United. So
You can get
the countdown is on there too. The season tickets are gone on sale.
Oh, they're on sale.
Gone on sale, yeah.
And I've noticed there's little ads now with the fixtures popping up around the city.
Have you seen them?
I've seen them. Yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to mention them. I didn't know if they were all fully up yet.
But I've seen a few. I've seen some actually close enough to Turner's Cross. Where did I see them?
Up the road from
Paddy
the Farmers.
Yeah. And a few others. So it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah, there's a lot being done.
around.
Yeah. There'll be a few more hopefully by the time this goes live. Or sorry, not by the time this goes live, but by the time people get there on Friday. There'll be a couple of bits outside Turner's Cross, which kind of livens the place up a bit. So, exciting. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of Cork City logos and Cork City imagery around, which is good. We want to take over.
And I think for anyone listening to this, if you want to do your bit as well and drill up the kind of hype, start posting about it even online or
100%,
something
yeah.
like that.
And tag us.
Say, look, fucking, it's coming.
This
Friday
is something
night,
I say all the time as well. Get your pictures up, whether it's a tweet, Instagram story. Tag us. We'll share. I'll share everything once it's not offensive because there's a few of those things coming as well. But yeah, look, we want to get as much coverage as we can, especially in the opening weeks of the season. So,
and we're still open if there's anyone proposing on Friday night. No, at the ground, like I remember we were saying the Valentine's.
Love is in the air and all that crack. Yeah,
let us know. This is the moment now to
you
shine.
think now, right? If someone scores on Valentine's night, they'll do the love heart celebration down the lens of the cameras. Surely someone has to do it.
Yeah,
surely.
I could definitely see Keats or someone do that now.
100%, yeah. I don't care who does it once we score and somebody does it. I actually don't care if they do it. I just want to score.
We want to score, yeah. It'd be lovely to get off to a win, but look,
hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I was in Turner's Cross there now earlier, just double checking all the little bits. The Wi-Fi, all that crack, making sure we're good to go. Probably be back there tomorrow. I'll nearly probably be there every day this week. There'll be something needs to be done, I'd say. But yeah. We've been talking about the countdown all along. It's the final countdown now.
Yeah, you know, have you the little music? It's the final countdown.
That's our outro music this week. The Frank and Walters got the boot for the week.
Just as we got the jerseys in, go on, we see.
Thanks for that. Oh, no, we love the Franks.
We love the Franks. But yeah, look, enjoy the game Friday night. Where hopefully we'll have something positive to talk about next week.
Hopefully someone hits the bar.
Yeah, hopefully someone hits the bar, and hopefully 3 points maybe, and but a big crowd is what we're really looking for, and a good atmosphere, plenty of singing, and tell the rest of the league we're back.
Exactly, City are back.
City are back, and
we're not going anywhere. City are back. That's all that matters.
And we'll be back with reaction and stuff next week, and hopefully a guest in studio with us as well, and previewing the Rovers game also.
Yeah.
So
see you next week. We're back.